thanks for being on the show. This is great. You know, aside from Reed's Chocolate, I think Tiny Cakes is one of the most famous places in Cambridge.
Oh my God.
Is it now?
I don't know that anybody doesn't know about Tiny Cakes. Whenever you see a great Tiny Cake, you ask, is it from Tiny Cakes?
Oh, yeah, I like that.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, where your shop is, and about yourself.
Sure. So I'm not sure if everybody knows, but we're a husband and wife team. So
Okay.
we've been working together running the business together for the last 10 years, married for 20 next month.
Wow.
We haven't killed each other. I know, right?
Yeah.
It's come close. So yeah, we opened the shop about 10 years ago, and we're on 65 Dixon Street, right across from the City Hall. Arthur was just supposed to help me get the shop running, but he just kind of stayed. I don't know if you want to explain that part of it.
It's just one of the weirdest things, right? Like, it was just, she was supposed to run it by herself with, obviously, hopefully help from other people, employees, and what have you. I wasn't supposed to be there. But the first month when we opened up, it got progressively busier than we thought it was going to in the first little while. And it became apparent very quickly that she wasn't going to be okay on her own. So I just stayed on a little longer, and then, the little longer became even longer. And then
he's tried to quit a couple times, but no.
Have you tried firing him?
I have. I tried to send him home a couple times. That didn't work either.
It didn't work. Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, very good. So tell us about how you're handling COVID-19. I mean, obviously, from the looks of your website, you look like you've got, is it pickups or
yeah, we're doing, so we're always set up to be cash and carry takeout. So we've got shut down our coffee station that used to be self-serve, and we're not allowing any seats or anything for consultations or anything like that. So we've reduced all of the, touching points inside of the store. We are also doing curbside, and we've just started doing delivery. Yeah. And thank goodness for that. Yeah.
Well, we've always done deliveries, and we've used different options that were available to us. But most recently, we signed on with a local delivery company, DCA Delivery.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Great company. Super nice. And so they're handling all of that for us, because initially, in March, end of March, middle to end of March, we were handling all the deliveries ourselves. But it started to become really problematic, because my hands are needed inside the bake shop, because we have obviously production in the back and sales in the front. Yeah. Me being gone doing deliveries takes away from my production time, and so that puts us behind and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So we signed on with these guys, so that takes the pressure off of me personally having to go out there and do the deliveries myself. Now they handle all of that, and it's been going really well.
It's been going well. We've had to reduce our hours because it's just the two of us doing. There's a daughter in the background. It's just the two of us doing production, and we have a staff member, Nicole, who helps at the front of the shop. My other two, I have one girl on mat leave. My other two girls are off with their children. They have to be home taking care of their kids. So we decided that we were going to be closed now Sunday, Mondays, and Tuesdays. So we're open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday from 10 till 4. So we shortened our day a little bit. I mean, we don't leave, but the storefront shuts down, so we can do what we need to get done in the back. It's going. I mean, in considering how challenging this is for everybody, we are so blessed and lucky that we are able to stay open. Like, it was touch and go there for a little while. March was really bad. Yeah.
I think March was an adjustment period for most. Nobody really knew what to expect, how this whole physical distancing was going to play out, what kind of rules were going to be put in place, and how we're all going to fit into it. And I think now, having April gone through it, it's now been, more than 7 weeks, 8 weeks. I think people have kind of just figured, okay, I can do this, and so it's relaxed a little bit. You could definitely tell the tension that was there, middle to end of March. It's not there anymore, which is a good thing because I was putting up a lot of stress on everybody involved. You know, so things are okay, and if we can hold our own,
we should be all right.
Then we'll be all right. I mean, again, right? There's plenty of the businesses that can't be open at this point, you know, due to the restrictions that the government put on them.
Yeah.
We're, like Jen said, we're
so
very fortunate to be in the food industry where we are able to do what we do. So,
and you know, out of every horrible situation, you see a lot of good things come out of it. And last week, I was just so touched by the customers that were coming in, and they weren't just thinking about themselves, they were getting a little something for friends. So honestly, I think our treats, our cupcakes went all over the city with porch drop-offs, birthday parties being celebrated together, much like this. So it's pretty amazing how, you know, a little tiny cake can help bring a little bit of normalcy and a little bit of joy even in what's going on right now. So it may not be much, but you know.
Yeah, no, it's great. I in fact, I received some last week. So that's great. Yeah, very good. Very good. So how did you guys get involved in this business? Like, what happened?
Oh God, my husband will tell, he does not like when I say, babe, I have an idea. Because that
more work for me.
So, all right. So, you know, we were both trekking down the, I guess, normal path of life. We both worked for big corporations. He worked for a pharmaceutical company. I worked for a chemical company. You know, we were the typical yuppies, I guess. And we have two daughters. Sophia right now is 14. That's the one that you may have seen over there. The other one's Emma, and she's 11. Almost. So crazy birthday coming up for her, but anyway, we'll make it special. So I had Sophia, went back to work, back to the corporate thing, and then we had Emma. And when I started mat leave with Emma, I said to Arthur, you know, I can't, man. Like this career is sucking the life out of me. I can't do this anymore. Like I need to work. I get it, and I think I'm a better mom and a better person because I work, but I guess couldn't buy into the Kool-Aid anymore. Do you know what I mean? I just didn't want to do it. And well, what can we do instead? So we always joke, we have a wonderful friend by the name of Tien, who kept saying, you know, Jen, you should really open up a bakery. You should really open up a bakery. I thought, okay, let's open up a bakery. So we opened up a bakery. And what Arthur didn't tell you is, so he was just supposed to help, right? So I had gotten home from signing the lease to the building. And I walk into the house. One child is at daycare, and the other one is in the car seat with me. That baby went everywhere. She went to the city to get permits. She went to buy equipment. She went everywhere with me. She was a great little kid. So anyway, I walk in the house, and he's home. And he's sitting on the couch. It's 3 PM. I said, what are you doing home? Oh, I lost my job. Like, what? What do you mean you lost your job? I just signed a lease. We remortgaged our house.
Good timing.
I told my company I'm not coming back. So, well, I guess this has to work.
Yeah, we were all in at that point.
Baptism by fire, right?
100%.
Exactly. No, that's great. That's awesome. Very good.
So crazy.
So what are you got all kinds of different cakes going on here on the website here. What are your big sellers?
Oh, by far, the Naughty Pine Buttered Almond. If you're a resident of this lovely city, you may remember back in the day.
Sure.
So we do that flavor. And talk about pressure when the original owners from the Naughty Pine come into your bakery and they look at the cupcake and they look at you and they're like, hey, we're the Naughty Pine. So with trembling hands, right? With trembling hands, I take this cupcake out of the case. I'm shaking and I give it to him and he sits down and he has a bite and he comes back up and he goes, you know what, kid? You did a good job. So that's good.
No,
that's good.
And it's been really nice because the family has been coming around time and time again to get treats for various functions that they enjoy. So it's kind of neat.
That one for sure. And then chocolate peanut butter, Black Forest, red velvet.
But
there's a lot of good stuff.
There's a few that are definitely the top. The Naughty Pine is definitely number one. I would say red velvet, chocolate peanut butter, salted caramel. Those ones tend to trend very high, but everybody's got their favorites, right? My personal favorite, for example, doesn't make the top 10, but it is a great cupcake, Black Forest.
Learn something new.
There you go.
Just joking. You know, but it's a great cupcake in its own right? So everybody's got their favorites, and it's kind of interesting to see the regular customers that come in. A lot of them know what they like, know what they want, and they're almost afraid to try something new because you know, that's what they like. So they'll come and get time and time again what,
you know,
what
and
they love.
then we do fun things like we made a cupcake based on an enamel bar. I had one on the weekend which was cookie dough cheesecake. So it's fun. It's lots of fun.
That's cool. Very neat. So is your business strictly retail, or do you do any wholesaling as well?
We just have one wholesale account right now. You can find your cupcakes at Vincenzo's in Uptown Waterloo.
Yep.
I don't know if everyone, I don't know who hasn't been there yet. It's an amazing shop. Carmen and his family are incredible people. So we've had a partnership with them now for 7 years, I think, so, 7, 8 years.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they've got a beautiful store there. That's for sure.
Oh, do they ever? Yeah.
So are you Cambridge people? Do you live in Cambridge?
Yes, we live in the Hesper part of Cambridge, near Hesper Public. That's where our kids go to school. We used to live in Galt, but then we moved up here. Yeah. So yeah,
we've been in Cambridge.
Cambridge?
I was born and raised in Cambridge. This guy had to cross a couple oceans to come find me.
One ocean.
Oh, okay.
Was it just one ocean?
Just one ocean.
Okay.
Where are you from, Arthur?
Yeah, born and raised in Poland. Was there till I was about 15, and we left. Lived in Greece for a couple of years.
Oh wow!
Ended up here in Canada. Yeah, I've been here for 26, 27, 28 years or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, but lived in the region all the time, except for that little small time where I lived in Woodstock for about 8 months, and then moved down to Kitchener and was basically Kitchener, Waterloo, and then Cambridge for the latter 20 plus years.
Yeah.
So.
Good, perfect. Any particular spot that you like the most in Cambridge? Anything you like specifically about being here?
I love our downtown. I love downtown Galt.
Yeah.
It just has a really pretty old world feel to it, being close to the river. But then I love Hespeler because it's really nice up here too.
Yeah, but I mean, we lived not too far from downtown Galt. Initially, when we first moved into Cambridge, I mean, we walked, walking distance to the downtown. So I mean, we've trekked that part of the city a lot, and we loved it, right? And when we moved up here to Hespeler, it was strictly to do because we're still doing our corporate jobs. I was commuting to Mississauga, so this was closer. We live in what's known as the commuter village, right? But I mean, for the time being, we're just staying here. And when we wanted to open a business, we knew we're going to open up here in Cambridge. I mean, where else, right? So
awesome, very good, good. Now, was there anything that you, during your tenure so far, was there anything that you kind of learned the hard way, or? There's probably a few things, right?
A lot of lessons. Wow. It's even hard to, you think that out of all of it, the baking is the easy part. You know what I mean? It's the staffing. It's the, it's the logistics of it sometimes that are very difficult, because you would think, you go to work and you make cake and you sell it and everything's great. Oh, no, it's not. Things break. Yeah. Your power goes off in the middle of a day when you're baking, so you can't bake anything, and the oven is full of raw cake, and then the Debbie machine doesn't work, and then they dig up the street. Hey, just stuff.
There's always something, and I think one of the biggest challenges is, I mean, as the region is growing, there's obviously going to be a ton of construction, and it doesn't necessarily have to be right in your neighborhood, right? Like when they dug up our street, Dixon Street, back in, was it year 3 or year 4?
Maybe it's all a big blur.
It was dug up for about 6 to I mean, that in and of itself is a terrible thing, and many people in the region are experiencing that over the past couple of years with the LRT construction and whatnot. But it doesn't necessarily have to be in your, like, right in your backyard, right in your neighborhood. Over the years, there's always been projects in the region that affect us, not just us, but any business. For example, the latest one was when the Franklin Bridge, 401 came down, and you think, oh crap, that's across the city. How does that affect you? But it does, right? Because when you split traffic over 2 other main roadways and you add an extra 15,000 cars on each of those, that's going to make getting across town challenging for people, and they may opt to, you know what, I'm just not going to come down that way. And so we do notice, and that's the one constant thing that is probably challenging more than anything else.
Pivoting. You're constantly pivoting. Like, just when you think, oh, this is good, I got this. Nope, surprise.
The one thing that it teaches you to run lean all the time, right? So, you know, and I'm sure that's true of any business, but you got to be able to run lean to weather the storms. So,
yeah, good. Well, that's for sure. I mean, the one thing about this particular community is they tend to put 10 pounds of marbles in a 5-pound bag. So, you know, you're constantly trying to adjust.
Yeah. We also learned that 1 + 1 = fish. It does not equal 2. That was classic. And we've amazed ourselves with the amount of stuff that we can actually do. Like, you think you're tired, but you always have a little bit more to push through and to get it done. You know, we had a customer, Matthew, in last week, and he was saying, you know, you can tell that you're entrepreneurs. You guys are here and you're fighting for the business. I said, well, of course we are. I can't, you know, we had friends say, oh, just shut down and take the serve, you know, go on a vacation. No, it doesn't work like that. It's not an option. I mean, we've put our blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of tears, into the store, and we don't want to see that go away. You know, we'll get through, and we just have to put your head down and work hard and do what you can. You know, and if that means quickly coming up with an online ordering form so we can get that done, partnering with a delivery company, you do what you got to do. Yeah.
Very good. Well, I mean, obviously, it's quite evident that you guys are very passionate about it, which, you know, which is reflective of the success you've had. So that's great. Now, is there anything that you want to tell our listeners and watchers that you want them to know?
Oh, that's a big question. Oh, that one's for you, honey.
Oh, that was for me?
That's you.
Oh,
just thank you. We're so thankful. So thankful that we're able to do this every day and help spread a little bit of love and joy and happiness. And perhaps that sounds ridiculously corny, but you know, when we get to the bakery and right before we open, we turn on the lights and we see the cases full of everything we've made, and I still smile. And that's just our way, my way of just putting a little bit of pretty out into the world and a little bit of happiness out into the world.
Yeah. We enjoy being part of other people's celebrations, be it birthdays, christenings, weddings, what have you. I mean, we've been a part of that for a very long time, and we appreciate it greatly. I'm very thankful that people choose us.
Yeah, because they can go anywhere. I mean, not for tiny cakes, but seriously, still, they could go anywhere. So we're very happy and blessed that they come to us.
Perfect. Yeah. What kind of lead time would somebody need for, you know, making an order for, say, a party or a birthday?
So right now, because we are so short-staffed, we're not doing any cake orders. So we are focusing on our cupcakes and our single-serve desserts. So you're welcome to come into the store during our opening hours. If you need to order something, 24 hours is usually enough notice. But we've had a lot of people calling in that morning and saying, can you put this together for curbside, or can I place an order for delivery same day? And usually we're able to accommodate that.
Yeah, typically we say anything larger than, let's say, a dozen cupcakes or something like that, you know, give yourself a little bit of lead time. You know, 24 hours is usually okay. Let us know the day before and we'll get it ready for you for the next day, type of thing. But we've had people walk in and scoop up 4 dozen cupcakes on the spot, right? So it's not unlike for deliveries and things like that. People can call in the same day. We also offer Uber Eats as well if somebody's looking for that kind of option where it's really almost instantaneous. From the time the order comes in, it gets picked up within like 10 minutes.
Yeah, they sometimes show up and we're not even unpacking it. I was going to say, we're cupcake ninjas, so we can handle it. We'll figure it out.
Excellent. And so, and your website is tinycakes.ca?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. And is there a phone number that we can give the listeners here too?
Yep. Phone number is 519-622-8469.
Okay. And the email is info@tinycakes.ca.
Yep.
That's correct.
That is.
Yeah, and they can get in touch with us either, you know, through the website, through the contact form on our website. We have that ordering form online as well for us. They can order through Uber Eats through our website as well. Beyond that, yeah, hit us up on Facebook. We do a lot of social media presence on Facebook itself.
Those are entertaining.
Quite a bit of Instagram as well, because they're connected. So yeah, we try to be as responsive as possible. Sometimes it's difficult because we are production in the back, and the production never stops. It's an ongoing, revolving thing. So sometimes we may not get to a message that's posted on either through our email or on social media, simply because we don't have time to respond. If urgency is important to people, just call the bake shop directly, because we have a staffer that we're forced to then stop and pick that up and react to it. So it might be a little faster that way, but we'll take questions or comments or what have you, any which way they come.
Perfect. Okay. Now, was there any question that I didn't ask you that I should have?
I don't think so.
No, I think we're.
Oh, you didn't ask what our secret is to have such a wonderful relationship.
Oh yes, well that's right. You got it. You got it.
Cake. That's what it is. It's cake.
What else would it be? Well, that's awesome. Well, thanks very much, guys. It was a pleasure meeting you and meeting you. And we look forward to enjoying your cakes.
Awesome. Thank you so much.